Bless up, bless up, bless up, bless up.
Hi family, welcome back. If you guys are new here, my name is Jade and this is my little passion project baby series called Honestly Still Healing. It is 100% reflective all the way through regarding my healing journey, learnings that I learned along the way, and everything under the sun. Today's episode, I am very excited because it is legit just, when I say reflective, like we're going through top fives, top threes, best moments of the past month and a half. And the whole reason why I wanted to do this, honestly, is in honor of my play dad growing up. His name is Mr. Chambers. He was my high school English teacher and literally was everything to me while I was going through that time in my life. He meant a lot to my family. He meant a lot to me. And one thing that he used to make us do in high school was High Five Fridays and Thankful Thursdays. So no matter what, on a Thursday, we either had to list 5 things that we were thankful for, or on Fridays, we had to do our high five moments of the week. And not giving an answer was not an option. You had to think of something no matter what. And reflecting back of the environment that we were going up in, the hardships that everyone was going through, and just the fact that like he was aware enough to know that and still sow positivity into our lives hits so different as an adult, especially as like we are just moving and grooving and going through things. And as we speak about on every episode, when life just starts to slap you up a little bit and beat you up, like we don't think about how important those small moments are to just stop and think like, dang, what was the good that is still going on? So I love you so much, Mr. Chambers. I miss you so much. I know that you are enjoying life. With that being said, let's get into it. So, I know I'm a little bit late on dropping out an episode. In my defense, I did record one. It was garbage. It was garbage in the sense that I definitely was rushing to get it recorded because I did want to be consistent. And I do understand in this point in time of where I am, consistency is a little bit more important than quality. However, that is just not my style. And also, I felt like it was also, you know, kind of similar to what we are doing now. It was a dedication to Mr. Chambers. And I would never put out no poop in honor of Mr. Chambers. But I wanted to do it regardless because group season started back at church and we did a icebreaker in one of my groups called 2 Truths and a Dream. I thought it was an amazing idea. And, you know, kind of the goal of 2 Truths and a Dream is like you list out these great accomplishments that you do and also mix in a dream to make it competitive, make it, you know, dang, I don't know which one is an accomplishment and which one is a dream. And I noticed that when it comes to scenarios like that, I struggle really, really hard to think about my accomplishments, think about the good. And what really like shook me the most in that moment was I was trying to think of a dream and I could not think of a dream. And that was just like kind of like a wake up call, more of a gut punch. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like it kind of slapped me up more than it was a wake up call, but it was just like, ew, like you don't know what your biggest dreams of. Like you had the opportunity to dream about anything in the world and you couldn't. And it's just like, yuck. Like, yuck. I want to shake that spirit off of me so bad because I'm not about to let whatever is going on stop me from dreaming and stop me from being courageous enough and just bold enough to be able to dream and think and tell myself that I deserve these things that I'm thinking and dreaming. So I took a lot of time to just like sit and think about all the good that has happened in the past couple of months. Still kind of hashing out what are my dreams for myself and my family. And I was smiling a lot because it's like, all right, it's only February and I can't hold you. I had a great past month and a half. Like when I took the time to start listing out all the things that like made me smile, whether it was music, books, experiences, people who came into my life, prayers that were answered. Like I was thankful that I had a lot to talk about. So I just kind of wanted to share it. And I do encourage everybody, no matter if life is going super good, if life is going super bad, take time to either do a Thankful Thursday or a High Five Friday and really sit and think about what is still the good that is going on, even though life is lifing. So with that being said, where do we want to start? Do we want to start with music? Do we want to start with books? I definitely want to end with like my favorite experiences of the past month and a half. I think we're going to go music first. So I wanted to go over my top 5 songs that have just been like on replay recently. Mostly because like it legit honestly has like nothing to do with the flow of like this series, but this is my series and I can do what I want, and I want to share with y'all the music that I like. So this is in no particular order because my music is it's a lot going on in my music, and all of them just like touch different pieces of my life. So the first song that I have in this list is Love Song by Justin Bieber. I just liked it. It was a bop. It played a lot the past month and a half, so I just wanted to put that on my list. Number 2 on my list, again, this is not like in ranking order, this is just they're just in my list. The second song that was in my list was the song All of a Sudden by Elevation Worship. This was like my theme song when I was doing my fast with my church. So I've never successfully completed a fast, like ever. And it's funny because the older I get and when I reflect back on like different situations, I have attempted fast a lot. And I remember my best friend Nita talking to me about it, and I was telling her like, oh yeah, like I'm fasting from meat. And she would always ask me like, oh, well, like why? And I'd be like, I don't know, like I just want to do it. Like I just want to do it. I had no like rhyme or reason to why I was fasting. And I think this most recent fast that I did with my church was just so eye-opening because I actually had reasons. I actually had requests that I was bringing to God. I actually had like a goal in mind during this fast. And it was a great experience. It was a really great experience. And one of the biggest reasons why I think that this fast was so successful is because part of it was we were praying for 21 days straight and we were praying in person together. And I think that made such a huge difference in the success and like the passion behind my fast, to have community behind me, to be able to see others in community with God and just having their personal relationship with God. Being able to see how other people pray was also huge for me because I don't really, this is like no shade, but I know my family prayed, but I never seen it in action, if that makes sense. Like I definitely grew, like my family believes in God 100%, but I've never seen the relationship building in action, if that makes sense. So for me to be able to be in person during this fast and watch other people build their relationship and just see, you know, different forms of how you could do it. Like some people were praying and walking. Some people went into a corner and prayed. Some people physically got on their knees and prayed. I was bold enough one day, like I kind of did a mixture of all of it because I was just trying to find my flow and like what fit for me. And I really noticed that like it depends on the day for me. Like some of the days I did physically get down on my knees and pray. Some days I just sat in my chair and like, you know, did one of these. One day I actually was courageous enough to write my prayers because I'm definitely a writer. And that day I felt the need to physically write down my prayers, which actually reminds me, I kind of want to go back and read what I was praying about, because is this how y'all do it? My prayers they were eating it up during that fast. But, oh my God, we're so off topic. The reason why that song is on my list is because that was a song that was like often played during that time. And it just spoke to me so hard. And I feel like whenever I hear that song now, it's going to bring back memories and also remind me that, like, my God does stuff all of a sudden. Instantly, like, you are going to look up one day and all of a sudden everything that you prayed for, everything that you dreamed of is going to be right in front of your face. So I really love that song. It is definitely like a pin staple in my playlist right now, and it always just gives me chills when I listen to it. Dang, I'm gonna put Olivia Dean in here because she definitely was like on repeat the past month and a half as well. I like legit all of it. Like, pick a song first, it was playing. I really liked it. I feel like it brought me back to like 2016 Jade. Like, those were the vibes that I was getting. It was very much like almost like clean girl aesthetic, you know, like that. I don't know. I like the feeling that Olivia Dean gives me, and all of her stuff has just been on replay the past month and a half. Which one do I want to do next? Because I really like both. The next song on my list is DTMF by Bad Bunny. Fun fact, I minored in Spanish, and the only reason why my professor gave me a B at the end of my minor was because I was trying so hard, and she knew I was trying so hard, but she looked me deep in my eyes and said, Jade, your Spanish is trash. It is very much country Spanish. And I said, okay, thank you for my B. I appreciate it. I'm out of here. I'm not good at Spanish at all. I still, to this day, I could pick up like words and stuff like that, but by any means necessary do I speak Spanish like at all. Do I know the words? I know photo. When he say photo, I know that's picture. I did look up the translation, but I really, 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 really enjoyed the Super Bowl. I did not know a word, but you can feel vibes, and I love music that like has, like, I don't know, like, I just felt the Super Bowl. That's the best way that I could put it. I felt it. I enjoyed it. I feel like it had so much culture in it. And granted, no, is it my culture? No, but is it enjoyable to like feel the joy and the pride that Bad Bunny had during this performance? Yes, like it was so enjoyable. So his Super Bowl performance definitely put me onto a lot of his songs. Like, me and my son actually ride in a car and listen to it and talk about like, oh, well, this song is talking about this and this song is talking about this. So it's very fun. It's very enjoyable. I thought the visuals for the Super Bowl was also amazing. Like, how they choreographed that was beautiful. The jobs and the opportunities that came out of that Super Bowl. I don't think people don't get paid for Super Bowl performances, but still, just having the opportunity to be out there, I thought it was beautiful. I 10 out of 10 like loved it. To be honest with you, I'm trying to make sure I don't lie, but honestly, I think that was like my favorite Super Bowl performance, like as a whole. Like, I enjoyed the music, I was like dancing, jigging, vibing to it, and I like the visuals. And I'm scared to say it because I feel I was so, unfortunately, don't be better than me, but I was definitely drunk during Usher's Super Bowl, so I don't really remember his performance. Rihanna's was cool. Did Beyonce have one? I probably wasn't watching the Super Bowl when Beyonce had a Super Bowl, but yeah, Bad Bunny Super Bowl was my favorite performance. I enjoyed it. It put me onto his music. I enjoy listening to his music, so that song is on my top 5 because I just thoroughly enjoyed it. And last but not least, Jill Scott's To Be Honest. It's on her newest album that just came out. I haven't fully enjoyed the entire project. I've listened to a couple songs, and so far, again, I love it. It's giving me 2016 vibes. 2016 was a great year for me. I don't know about y'all. Actually, I think that there was like a 2016 like throwback challenge when I was off of social media. I missed it, but it was a great year. That I graduated high school that year. Like, I felt like I was grown. I feel like I had a good head on my shoulders at the time. Like, nobody was really messing up my life. It was great, but I enjoyed the song. I really like, is it Jid or G-I-D? I call him Jid, and if that's disrespectful, I'm so sorry, Mr. Jid, Mr. G-I-D, J-I-D. Oh my God. Y'all don't tell nobody I did that. J-I-D. J-I-D is on the song. I love him. I think when he really gets in his bag and he snap, which is often, that boy be snapping. And also, the crazy thing is, like, I like music that, like, either pulls like memories or just like certain feelings, even if I don't necessarily have like a memory attached to a feeling. It's just like core feelings in me that I feel when I listen to music. And when I heard Jill Scott's To Be Honest, it made me remember, what is the name of the song? It made me remember Popping Off by Watch the Duck. I'm a play that like right now, because either you know it or you don't. But when I heard Jill Scott's song, like it reminded me of that. And for some reason, like this song also has like good feelings attached to it. I can't explain it, but I don't know. This was my top 5 songs for the month. Please, if you feel inclined to share your top 5 songs, I love when people share music. I actually am like a huge music thief. Like when I'm riding in a car with people and people play songs that I really like, shamelessly, I will go and start adding stuff to my playlist, because I think sharing music is definitely a love language. But that is my top 5 in music. I wanted to be honest with you, like this is more so like me bragging on myself, because I'm so proud of myself. I set a goal for me to read 24 books this year. To some of y'all, that might be light work. To other people, that might be like, dang, that's a lot. Yes, it is a lot, because I work a full-time job. I am a full-time mother. I'm a full-time baseball mom. And I'll be doing other stuff that we are going to talk about in my free time. So 24 books in a year is a huge success to me, and I want to share. Do I have 5? I'm gonna say 3, but if we go over 3 and I actually have top 5 books to share, even like, oh my God. I'm gonna tell y'all something that I want to start doing, and I'm going to start implementing it more. But like physically patting myself on the back is something that I really want to bring back, because again, like core member, I didn't have that growing up. I didn't grow up with like my parents in the household. I often stayed in like with my aunts and uncles and cousins. So like there are just certain like praise signals that I didn't get growing up, and I really just want to give it to like Big Jade, so little Jade can like hold and cherish those moments. So yeah, I physically am bringing that back and like patting myself on the back. So if I have 5 books to share with y'all, good job to me. The first one that is definitely, I have like a tie for first place, but they're 2 different categories. So I guess that's fair. But my number 1 top book for like my most recent reads is Atomic Habits. When I finished the book, I was actually very sad because I enjoyed it so much. And I've never had like a self-help book that I would actually like advocate rereading, but I could definitely see myself rereading this book. Just like the tips and tricks that they have on implementing new habits, I just think are like really good. And sometimes, like, again, when you get so deep down in life and you kind of just forget the basics, I think this is a great book for the basics. I enjoyed it. I told y'all before, like, I'm a crumb catcher, and this book was full of like crumbs and just little hidden gems that you could, even if you just picked a chapter, is something in each chapter that you could take and implement in life. So 10 out of 10, like, I loved this book. It was a great read. Honestly, I could see myself rereading it, because I also like listen to the audiobook version of it when I would like I don't want to say force myself to go on walks, but child, at this point, when I was forcing myself to go on walks, it really helped pass the time and like make my walk more enjoyable and my run more enjoyable. So 10 out of 10, Atomic Habits by James Clear. My other top number 1 is A Court of Wings and Ruin. This is like the holy grail of fantasy. It is rated mature because there's a lot of mature scenes in there, but it was so good. Funny story, I actually have been reading this for over a year. I picked it up I think when I first moved to Charlotte. I picked this up when I first moved to Charlotte, and then I put it down, and it was so hard for me to jump back into it. And it sucked because I this book had so many climactic moments in it, and when I put it down, it was like at a high, and it kind of gave me like anxiety to pick it back up because I knew I was at a high, but then I couldn't remember like all of the feelings and the emotions and just the relationships that this book has built. And oh my God, Sarah J. Maas does a great job of like character development, plot development, twist turns, everything. So I finally was able to pick it back up. I was finally able to finish it. Top 10 fight scenes in a book. Just the emotions in it, everything. This book was everything. I'm so glad that I finished it. I wish these are one of those books where like you can only read it once, and I cling onto that feeling of when I first read this series for the first time. The first book in this series is A Court of Thorns and Roses. It's so good. So I finally finished this book. Another one, is this the first book in this? I don't think so. Another one that I picked up, if you can't tell, I'm a spicy fantasy reader. So the next one that I finished was A Touch of Darkness. I like this one because it was Greek mythology romance. So I like what she did with Hades and Persephone. If you make the mistake of reading these two side by side, you're going to think this sucks because the development isn't there. And honestly, the main girl character is a ding dong. She is going to annoy the hell out of you. But all in all, I still enjoyed it. Like, I actually have a Goodreads account, and when I was giving it my rating, originally I gave it a 3 because like I'm comparing it side by side to Sarah J. Maas's work, and I feel like that's very unfair. It's like when people compare new like R&B artists and be like, oh, well, she's the next Beyonce, and then it really like dampers down the artist like potential because now you're comparing it to like Beyonce or Jill Scott or Erykah Badu. Like you're just not supposed to do that. So on its own, like if I had to rate it on its own, I gave it a 4 stars. So I definitely caught myself like giving it 3 stars and then going back and giving it a 4 stars because I enjoyed it. Like I enjoyed it so much. I finished the second book like right after, and I started the third book. So I like, obviously I like it. It's just, if you were comparing it like development styles to A Court of Thorns and Roses or Wings and Ruin, yeah, big boy college versus elementary school, but nonetheless it is still really, really good. I don't have the physical book, but I also read Travis Green's Are You Praying for the Wrong Thing? And then I also read Stephen Chandler's Relationship Roadmaps. 2 honorable mentions that I really enjoyed. I enjoyed Relationship Roadmaps because I am someone who I am unapologetically going to say that I am struggling enjoying my single season, and I like that it gave me kind of a baseline on how to date, because I feel like that is something that I never took the time to learn how to do. If you guys don't know, I was dating someone in high school from 10th grade to senior year. As soon as we graduated, we got married, and then we were married for 4 to 5 years. And then I was in serial long-term relationships after that. So clear, like I never dated or like understood, you know, the process of getting to know somebody before committing into a relationship with them, how to look for red flags, what are yellow flags, what are green flags. I think we underestimate us not understanding what a true green flag is, especially when we've never seen them before or experienced them before. So I really like that book. It was very grounding for me. Definitely like a jump start into me getting to enjoy my single season and like understanding like how much of a blessing it is to like be able to slow down and take delight in myself, be able to slow down and get to know myself. it was just a great jump start. That's all I could say. And then Travis Green's book, Are You Praying for the Wrong Thing? I think it was very grounding to understand like your blessings that you already have, and to be able to maximize the things that you already have. Like that was the biggest takeaway that I got from that book, is just being able to slow down and like maximize everything that God has already given you so he can 10x it eventually. So yeah, like those, did I list off 5 books? Yes, I did. I'm so proud of myself. That's that for my books for the past month and a half. And then I just want to round off this episode with my top 5 winks from God. These are like my smile moments. So starting off with my top 5 moments from God this past month and a half, what do I want to be number 1? Again, I think that these are in no particular order. We'll start off with all of my connections at work. Work has been getting so much more enjoyable because I am talking to my coworkers. I really, really, really like my new boss. I got a new manager. I have just been enjoying my community that I've been having at work. And it is just so funny to see when God does start to answer your prayers, because I was throwing up prayers about my career and what to do about my job. And so when you get those like subtle confirmations, like sometimes it doesn't have to be like super big, like, oh my God, I got a bonus, or oh my gosh, I got a raise or a new position. Sometimes it's getting like 10 times more enjoyable for no reason at all. Like I'm in the same exact position. The only thing that changes is that I got a new manager, but I've had the same coworkers since I started. So it's just been very enjoyable. It's been making work easier. Collabing together has been easier, even though I have like 30% more workload. And low-key, not to over explain myself, but that's why like this video is late. We started a new fiscal year in my job, and if you guys are in sales, you know, like it's crazy. We had territory changes, so my 2 territories switched up on top of gaining another territory. So it has just been crazy. But even though like I'm not gonna lie, like it is stressful, it is a lot of work, but like it's just been so enjoyable, and I'm just so thankful for that. And like the top reason why I'm so thankful is because one of my prayers, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm gonna be honest in the intention of why I was praying this prayer, and it just makes me smile so much more of how God is answering the prayers. One of my prayers that I was praying for was divine connection. And being honest with you, if you a single girly, you can kind of understand, my divine connection, I was hoping for a man. I'm going to be honest with you. When I said that prayer, I meant romantically. Like I just wanted a divine romantic relationship. Now, did I say those words specifically? No, because I was a little scared. I'm going to be honest with you. So instead, I just was praying for divine connection. So to see all of these relationships blossom at work has just been like, it makes me feel so full. Like it makes me feel so full. So that is like my first like highlight of the past month. The second one was, this actually came from today. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's still like definitely like top 5 of mine. My son had his baseball evaluation today. Baseball has been such an interesting experience for both me and him. For him, because this was something brand new that he was trying. He is in a league where these little boys have been playing since they were 2 and 3 years old. He joined the league at 6, and the learning curve was very deep. My son has never picked up a ball before, never been on a team sport before. So just the learning curve that he had to jump into was very intimidating, if I'm being honest with you. And then it was interesting for me as a mother, because now I have to work on these traits that it don't come naturally to me. Well, I won't say that. No, I don't know. I think being encouraging does come naturally to me, but in a tough love type of way, if that makes sense. So to be in this environment where I have to intentionally practice being kinder and softer in these moments, it was an interesting season last year. I'll say that. So today when we had our skills evaluation to determine what team he'll be on this season, he did so well, y'all. He did so well. And I'm gonna be honest with you, like, I was a little pessimistic, and I know that is so bad to admit, but I was a little pessimistic going into it because I wish that I had more capacity to do more things and be all things for my son. And I was beating myself up because I really did want to take him to the field and practice before we got to this day, but it just didn't happen. I didn't have it in me, if I'm being honest with you. So I was going into it pessimistic because we haven't practiced. Like, I didn't take him to the field like I wanted to. And he just proved me so wrong. He just proved me so wrong. And in so many ways just inspired me. So I definitely, like, proud mom moment to the fullest. I'm so proud of him. In January, I went to my first college football game. It was so fun. I don't really have like any other explanation or like details into it, except that I enjoyed myself and I wasn't drinking. I was just there and I was enjoying the environment and, letting go of some of like I have to be like tight and put together. There were moments where I was just like, with the music, whatever they was doing in the crowd over there, I had no ties to either. It was a bowl game. It was the Cheez-It Bowl. I don't even remember who won, to be honest with you, but whatever side I was on, we was cheering and I was having fun, and it was a great experience. It definitely was on my bucket list to go to a football game. So I'm just very thankful. We had amazing seats. We was on the sideline, like three rows back. It was great. I was so thankful. So that was just definitely like a highlight of mine. I had so much fun. I would do it again. It would be so nice. My team is the Cowboys. It would be nice if we went to the Super Bowl. I know those tickets would be out the booty, but it would be great to go. And maybe God is waiting until I get in a position where I can afford those tickets so I could go, because then it will be top tier. But that was definitely a highlight of my January. The biggest one, dang, I'm gonna add this one. I was able to like have a nature time, and that I'm always grateful and thankful when I can spend some time outside and in the sun and just be able to soak in scenery. I enjoy water so much, and I explored this park by my house for the first time. It was so pretty. I set up my sewing things and was able to work on a sweater that I've been working on, and it was just so nice. And it's definitely like, again, I don't have too much to dig into it. It was just a top 5 moment for me because it was peaceful. It was quiet. I wasn't rushing to go do anything. I was able to have the time to explore and finally like scope it out. I'm definitely going to go to walks in that area. It's a waterfront property. Is that correct for a park? It had lake access, so you could actually like take some towels and stuff and go swim in the lake if you wanted to. It was so pretty. And I'm just thankful that I had that opportunity to go and explore. So that was number 4. And number 5, again, circling back to how God just answers my prayers. I told y'all that group seasons opened up. So this year I joined 4 different groups, or am I in 5? I don't know. I'm in the short film group that I was in last semester. I'm in a running group. I'm in a sewing group. And then I am in a community service group. And they all just feed different things that I aspire to see in myself. And I'm grateful that I get to do it in a community where we all have the same values. It's great. I'm happy. But one of like the top moments for me was in my sewing class. I've been praying for patience for like the past, probably since I became a mother, but definitely like more heavy, like intentionally like praying for patience for the past 3 years. And I'm finally coming, and I know that people be saying it, but you just got to go through your own things to come to your own realizations. And I've been praying and praying and praying, and as busy and like compact as I feel recently, especially with like all that we have going on, all of these groups that we have going on, sports, work, And I'm sitting here praying for patience, and I feel like I'm losing my shit in everything. Excuse my language, but I feel like I'm blowing my top off in every situation. And I'm just like, well, dang, like I'm sitting here praying for patience. I'm not no patient person. And I finally slowed down, sit down, and was like, girl, these are your areas of opportunities and your moments to practice patience so you can grow and gain and have the best patience ever. So I had that little light bulb moment. And also in that light bulb moment, I am also starting to get excited because I'm realizing how much is being piled onto me right now. And I can only help but wonder, what does God have planned for me in my future that I need this level of patience for, and this level of grace, and this level of kindness? The excitement that I get to think about that, and just like, what is in store for me and why is he building me up to this? I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I take my opportunities a little bit more serious, and like, instead of me saying like, oh, this is my opportunity to practice patience, like I'm either gonna do it well or I'm not. But also thinking like, dang, like, what is it in the pocket for me? It's just, I just be like, I can't wait to see, because it can be nothing less but great, like nothing less but great. So I'm excited for that. But back to the moment. We're in the soul class, and I'm so thankful that beyond me having divine connections, my son is also expanding his connections. And there is a woman in my class who has a 9-year-old son, and him and Kyrie are like this. And there was a moment where they were playing around in the class. Now, mind you, like when we come to this class, everybody is bringing their sewing machines. So they was, running around and playing tag and stuff like that. And I'm like, all right, cool. Y'all can play, but let's please be mindful that they have their expensive machines out. They're working on projects. You don't want to be disrespectful and like bump somebody's stuff and then accidentally like mess their work up. Me, gentle parenting, right? Right. I was, sorry, I keep eating the mic. I was working on my patience. I said it how it was supposed to be said. Cool. They still running around in the areas where I asked not to. I repeated myself. Hey, y'all. If y'all gonna do that, maybe let's do it in the back where nobody's working. Still running around, not paying me no. Well, they acknowledge me. But like when kids be acknowledging you and then go right back to doing what you told them or asked them not to do. Cool. 3rd time, they do it again. 4th time, lo and behold, they bump the table and the girl's stuff fall off on the floor. When that happens, this is Jade. They bump the stuff on the floor. Jade. Just like that, because again, my top is about to be blown off. I already tried the patience crap. I tried the gentle parenting stuff. It didn't work. Exactly what I said was going to happen. And in the moments of me going like this, I lie to y'all not, 3 different women, all they range from like current parents, parents of older kids to grandma. Lady number 1. It's okay, y'all. Just pick up her stuff, apologize, and go on about your business. Lady number 2. Mom, it's okay. They could just pick the stuff up and move on about the business. Lady number 3, whose stuff that they fell down. You know what? It's okay. Mistakes happen. I was done with the project anyways. I want y'all to understand like the impact that your environment has. And I want everyone to like keep their eyes open to when God is legit just like working in your life. Not only am I blessed enough to be like connected with the women that I am connected to, but also to be so privileged to like see these examples of what I would like to be in real time. I can't thank God enough. And when I see these things happen, I'm just like, thank you, God. The smile that I had on my face driving home, and like the laugh that I get when I'm reflecting, because when I get worked up, I feel it in my chest. I felt my chest in that moment. And when everybody jumped in again, it was just like a really big hug of like, girl, like, A, you don't have to do this alone. 2, we know, and because I'm open and honest with it, I do tell my group about like what I'm working on, and like, my end goal of where I would like to be. So them knowing that and then jumping in and showing me how to handle these type of situations, like, it means so much to me to have mentors, community, and just be around well-tempered women, especially when that is something that I aspire to be to. So when I think about like my winks from God, like it feels like, and this is something that I had to take on like when I'm praying, because during the fast, like one thing that I really wanted to work on is building my relationship with God, and like being able to be open enough to like hear him and just have that like two-way relationships that we see. And I know this is, I don't want to say it's like a high obtainable goal, but like when we look up to our worship leaders and just see that like two-way connection that they have, that is something that I would love to build with him. And so one thing that I took on during the fast and when we were praying in person is just me like visually seeing myself at the foot of God, what that father-daughter relationship looked like, and just like what do I look like when I am going to talk to him, and just having that visualization in my head like really helped it. And so when I have these moments where he's winking at me, like I see him smiling at me. Most of the time it's like a smug smile, like this is what you asked for, but then also like a wink in the back end of like, it's all working out for your good. It's all working out for your good. And just a last little cherry on top, kind of like not related to everything, but if I had to pick, I don't know, like my number one phrase that has been carrying me through this season is God's will regardless. As I've shared before, like I'm someone of high anxiety. I am someone who like likes, and actually let me stop claiming those titles on me. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Let's start over. I am someone who used to experience a lot of anxiety, and someone who is actively working against letting that control my life. I am someone who is actively rethinking why I need to have control over my life and why I need to grip things so tightly. And one thing that just grounds me in all of these moments, especially when like I start to feel like things is going crazy, God's will was going to happen regardless, whether we are like open to it and we don't have to be hard-headed and learn these hard lessons, or even if it does get hard, like God's will is going to happen regardless. And that is just such a grounding, just again, another blanket, another hug of like, girl, God's will is going to happen anyways. I'm not about to sit here and be stressed about it while I'm watching all this work out. So those are my top fives. Y'all, I want to hear your top five. Do you have top five songs? Tell me your top five songs for the month. I really want to hear it. Do you have top five memories? I want to hear your top five memories for the month. If you have top five memories for the week, that is even better. But let me hear your top fives, or drop a Thankful Thursday or a High Five Friday. That would be so amazing. I keep eating the mic. I don't know if y'all can hear every time my lips just go home. But I apologize because I don't think I'm about to edit it out. I don't got time for that. But I can't wait to see y'all next week. I got a couple ideas in the pot. We can either go relationship route or we can go back to self-development. They both kind of, they weighing equal right now. So we're going to see what God puts on my heart to talk about next week. But I'm going to be more consistent. Now I might have to push to like a bi-weekly schedule, just because, you know, I want to steward everything well, and I know that is a tall task to put on, especially with baseball season coming back in. But we're going to do it, and we're going to figure it out, and we are going to be consistent no matter what consistent is going to look like. But I love y'all so much. I can't wait to see y'all next weekish in March. I'll see y'all in March. Bye y'all.